like YouTube live streams really do work unbelievably poorly. Okay. Alright. So... I'll actually start with however much of this little thingy is available. I don't think she'd be familiar to me at this point, unless this is supposed to be after the quest I've not started yet.
Sustain fire! Air power at maximum!
Roger. Alright, I'll take the mic. Oops, I can't really control my strength. Off balance. Lock on! Pulverize 'em. Need a shower? It's raining shower! Need some milk! Right on cue. Wide open. It's not over yet!
Send it home!
That's what I figured. Alright. At this point, I could have just walked over faster. Okay.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well. The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Wi-Fi Peninsula is also a major production area for porcelain ore, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
The city's air isn't great, but the real concern is the miasma still spreading through Wi-Fi Peninsula. Do you have any plans to address it, Mr. Mayor?
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic. But enough small talk. I'm calling about the continued threat of the miasma and the danger still posed by the Exaltists. Miasma is a natural byproduct within the Hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices. That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
It's all because of the Exaltists. They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices. And now miasma is spreading rampantly within the Hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the Exaltists' plan to seize control of Wi-Fi Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the Exaltists' influence in the region.
But the Exaltists' actions are still harming the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula, and the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived. Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer Ferox secretly allied with the Exaltists to carry out unlawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Waifei Peninsula's citizens and businesses. I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Waifei Peninsula have been significantly restricted. But investigations and operations by the city government in Waifei Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Waifei Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the Exaltist threat.
The Defense Force wasn't involved with the issues in Waifei Peninsula before, so why'd they show up now?
Waifei Peninsula is a key porcelain production area, after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides. Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together. With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Waifei Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Sounds like a power game between TOPS and the Defense Force. But where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Waifei Peninsula. Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with Porcelumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests. I won't pretend I'm above it all, but I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunque's summit can act directly this time. But for you, Phaethon...
Yes, Phaethon, a legend among proxies, an outlaw of the underground, the last disciple of a secret research institute, Mayor Mayflower's wondrous right hand, the one who saved the Void Hunter from the brink of collapse. It's my time to shine again, right?
That's an awful lot.
To be honest, I won't need all those people helping me. But you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage. I spotted the name Obol Squad on the Defense Force's unit roster. I've heard of their past exploits, and some of their members have had both professional and personal dealings with you. I believe they could be a trustworthy source of support. Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolda, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists in Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
So, we'll be taking part in the operation against the Exaltists as proxies working with the Defense Force?
Exactly. But the title proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force. Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult-to-remember titles, but sometimes those titles can come in handy. Though I have to say, the ones you came up with a moment ago did sound a lot cooler.
By the way, we came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit. I've already informed the Defense Force and Miss Isolda in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolde and Obol Squad. Well, I have official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead, so let's keep it brief. Once again, I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, so before I actually get going, I noticed something during that dialogue that I've never really noticed before. I'm not sure I'll actually be able to get a good look at this, because it can't pull these, can't pull the player characters up. Yeah, because I can't get a good look at this. I'm just gonna have to get closer to my TV, I guess. Okay, never mind. They may have some other significance that I just don't know about, but during the cutscene I had thought that the beads on her bracelets had trigrams or hexagrams on them, which would have been a fun little detail. And they might be just something that's supposed to look like them. I don't know. I'll just stick with Wise for the, at least for playing through the story.
The Hollow hit City Center out of nowhere. Without support from the Obsidian Division, they won't hold for long.
I knew you couldn't count on Helios's warning systems.
Doesn't matter. We've seen worse, haven't we?
The track we're guarding this time is a key route for evacuating civilians and transporting aid. This is our last line of defense. The civilians are right behind us. We must hold the line.
Magus! You're late today?
You never miss Captain's pep talk.
Let me guess. You were off doing last-minute gear checks for us. Still, they've got a point. Tardiness is unacceptable, soldier.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad assembled.
Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup! Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup!
Fall back, Orpheus!
Fall back. No. No. We have to kill it. Whatever it takes.
Get back! I'm from Yunkoi Summit. We'll hold the line from here. You can fall back now, comrades.
Everyone. We can still save them. And the civilians, they're right behind us. We can't back down. We cannot fall back!
So, is this the end? Revenge. Against what? The Hollow? Against everything. I've already lost everything.
Captain? Captain Magus? Nagus? Nagus, were you dreaming again?
Intelligent constructs don't dream. It was just leftover cache fragments tucked away deep in my memory module.
So, were you dreaming about the past again?
Welcome.
Helldivers ran on for a little bit too long. I apologize.
That's not a big deal. You
Hello,
said
everybody in
everyone
the stream.
tended to get salty fast, but I've played with those guys, and even salty, they'll play for quite a while sometimes.
Yeah, it took us failing the final mission in a campaign.
Fun! On the one hand, I'm tempted to reinstall it. On the other hand, it's gotten up to, 140 gigs?
Just about, yes.
Hey Okara, welcome to the stream, and I only ever said I might stream Wednesday. I very specifically said the next for sure stream would be Thursday. But I'm like not even 5 minutes in, probably a little more than 5 minutes in, and we've already got spooky Captain Magus backstory.
Oh. So I'm incredibly late, unfortunately.
No, I have only barely started.
Okay.
Like, it's literally, the extent of it is literally just like, I got the necessary exposition to explain why there's a story chapter going on, and then we get, like, what seems to be a flashback of some kind, except Magus insists that intelligent constructs don't have dreams. And that's literally it so far.
Oh, fair enough.
Like, once this dialogue was over, I was gonna go grab some food and then come back and keep going. And reasonably speaking, there's a chance you could catch up to me in the time it takes to get food.
Hey, fair enough. I was just thinking of ordering some myself.
Well, I was told just a couple of minutes ago that supper was ready, and I figure it's probably best for me to get some before it's too terribly cold. And honestly, now that the dialogue is paused, I think I will go ahead and go grab it, since, it's paused anyway.
Hey, that sounds like a
I'll
good
be
spot to
back
me.
in some indistinct amount of time.
Sounds good. Have fun. I will be updating the game in the meantime. Probably ordering some food myself. I apologize for that.
I have returned.
My game is unfortunately not updated yet, but
Well done. That sounds like your own fault.
Possibly. I didn't want to have to be downloading something in the background of Helldivers. I'm bad enough
Fair
at that
enough.
game as it is without lag.
Being way too obsessed with this game, I usually wait up until the patch happens on update night. And at the very least, log in and do the character trials.
I would if I don't have work at 4 a.m.
Ah, right, I forgot. You have to be up really early, and not just kind of
Really
sort of early like me.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a later shift, but it's been difficult. But, other news, I have dropped a link to the stream to some of my friends. We'll see if they join us.
Neat. That's not at all terrifying.
Good luck. What's terrifying about it? They're just my friends.
Are these the same, out of curiosity, are these the same friends that you directed to our tier list video?
Yes.
The reason I ask is because you bringing up your friends made me think I actually had an idea for another absolutely horrific and abysmal clickbait tier list.
I'm so curious.
Which characters do or don't drink, and what their alcohol tolerances probably are.
Oh, I've got to know.
See, the reason this came to mind is because for some reason, late either last night or the night before, the thought crossed my mind that Yuzuha has, like, really big tried an alcoholic drink when she wasn't old enough yet and hated it and never drank since energy.
I hadn't thought about it. You're entirely right. I agree with you.
I don't know why that thought just popped into my head, but it's just been stuck there.
I see exactly what you mean, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Actually, no, I know exactly why that thought was in my head. It was because of you and your girls' night team, and the comment I made when you said who you thought, what characters you thought were on it, because I think at the time you said that at this point it was the Yuzuha, Jane, and Alice team. And I remember you saying you thought it was those three. I think it ended up not being those three, but I remember you saying you thought it was those three.
No,
and
you're
something
right.
about.
But
go ahead.
Yeah. I thought that Jane had replaced Vernice on that, but I remembered later that I made an entirely separate team just to add Jane.
Yeah, but I remember you saying something about the calling the original team that, being kind of centered around the idea of the whatever three characters going out for drinks. And I remember commenting that if, like, the team was the three you thought it was, then probably only one of them was old enough to drink. And I think that thought kind of being in my head is what led to my completely arbitrary shower thought about Yuzuha.
That sounds incredible. That is incredibly funny. I could definitely see that energy from her. See, I guess that also begs the question, do artificial constructs feel the effects of alcohol?
I don't think artificial constructs can eat or drink.
They are implied to.
Well, actually, no. Like, at the very least, Chingy can. I don't think they need to, and I wouldn't be surprised if some or even most can't. Because, like, Billy doesn't have a mouth.
He still gets excited about dinner night, though, so maybe it's just
true.
Him being able to... I don't know, maybe it's a social
one of
thing for
his trust events is at the noodle shop, too.
I'm pretty sure he gets excited about coffee, too.
Could be.
That's a thinker. Where does he put it?
I mean, the, like, smooth part of his head on the front could just be, like, a plate over his actual face.
Are you saying he wears a mask?
Possibly.
That is incredibly funny. Hi, Nasala, how you doing? You came in at just the right time.
Oh yeah, she also saw heard our tier list.
What did you think? What were your thoughts? Should I be concerned about these thoughts? Okay, just hilarious.
I mean, as a rule, when any person I'm related to thinks, you should be concerned. That holds true of me as well.
Thoughts are dangerous. Interesting takes for sure. Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah, if only you had kept up with this game a bit more, like you used to back when I first picked it up, you too could have terrible opinions in videos I make.
And the tears were funny. The tears were funny. I'm very happy with how the tears were labeled. Alright, so I'm waiting for... Oh, game's updated?
Neat.
I guess. But I've also got pizza on the way. I'm sure I'll be fine.
You can eat pizza and listen to dialogue at the same time.
The question is, how do I make sure that I don't miss pizza being delivered?
Ah.
I've got Twitch on my phone. That'll do.
Yeah, I don't know. The way I would not miss pizza being delivered is the doorbell camera, but that's not something everyone in the world has.
Yeah.
But also, I wouldn't order pizza because I'm not a fan of cheap delivery pizza.
I wouldn't call it cheap. It's relatively local. It's definitely not like
okay.
Big,
so it's
big
like
chain.
an actual place and not just one of the generic we deliver what passes for pizza to your house kind of places.
Yeah. It's good pizza.
My mom has been, for a few years now, on a keto diet. So, like, no carbs, basically at all. And the occasional time she cheats, for some reason, her go-to favorite thing is cheap delivery pizza.
It's a comfort food. I understand.
On the one hand, I can understand it being a comfort food. On the other hand, there's literally, like, wildly better pizza near my parents' house.
I mean,
like, within less than 10 minutes.
Well, my guilty pleasure is a triple cheese burger meal from McDonald's. So,
I've not had McDonald's
I
in like 20 years, so I can't really pass any judgment on that. I don't know if that's good or not.
Well, I don't blame you for not having eaten it for 20 years. I'm pretty sure there's a story specifically about why you don't, but I wouldn't blame anybody for just not wanting to eat it for 20 years.
There is a specific story behind it, and it really kind of just amounts to I got really sick of eating McDonald's when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I remember that story.
You know, somehow don't feel like you make McDonald's for dinner.
I mean, theoretically speaking, you could make it the same way.
You could, but I feel like making like something comparable to mass-produced food at home from scratch would be harder than just making a better version of that.
You're making the trip.
Honestly,
building the road brick by brick.
There was a point in time when Void was 100% planning to drag me to McDonald's so that he could see what I thought of my first time having McDonald's in 20 years firsthand. But that never ended up happening.
So he's an asshole that wants to make you suffer, is it?
Yes!
Yeah. It would not be
You've
pleasant.
managed to perfectly understand his and my entire relationship instantly. It goes both ways.
I respect it. I respect both sides of that. Because on one hand, it would be incredibly funny.
Realistically speaking, I do not think McDonald's is likely to be as bad as I remember it. Like, because my wanting to not eat it anymore was a very, very specific was the product of a very specific circumstance.
I guarantee you the quality of the food has gone down, though.
That's kind of the thing I was getting around to, is like, I'm sure the quality of the food has fallen, and also the person who is responsible for me eating so much McDonald's at that time is also 100% of the opinion that that they're like wildly inferior to either of the other like generic fast food burger alternatives.
I would
Actually, no. I think she doesn't like Burger King anymore. I think she used to.
I definitely don't. I have, pardon the pun, I apologize. I have beef with Burger King specifically.
I mean, I can't eat at Burger King because they introduced some component to their food that I'm allergic to. I don't remember exactly the reason.
See, for me, it's very personal and incredibly one-sided, I'm sure. But every single time I've gone there for the past 3 years, every time I've gone there, I've tried to get a Whopper. I tell them to put no tomatoes on it, because I cannot stand the taste nor texture of tomatoes. They use what has to be the worst quality tomatoes on the face of the planet. So much so that if there is even a hint of tomato on their Whopper, I could take it off and it would ruin the burger for me. I would taste only what tasted like rotten tomato. I don't know if it's the combination of poor quality tomato with the mayonnaise that they use or whatever sauce. I cannot fucking stand it. Every time I have gone there for the past 3 years, and I've told them to take the tomato off of the Whopper, they have refused to do so. Every single time. So it's very, very personal with me.
Yeah, I have not had Burger King enough times in my life to have personal beef with them.
It is entirely... No, see, you missed the part where I said if I take the tomato off, it still tastes like rotten tomato. If it is decent burger, I can take the tomato off and it would still taste decent. Not so with Burger King Whoppers.
I used to hate tomato. I wouldn't say I like it, but I at least tolerate it now.
I cannot. I've tried to. I understand that some people will call me a baby for it, but I cannot stand them. It's a funny thing to make fun of people with the specific tastes like that.
I mean,
I cannot do it.
I'm not gonna make fun of people with specific tastes because I can't stand cucumber. Like, would you consider cucumber to be something that has a strong smell?
It has been so long since I've been in the presence of a cucumber that I could not tell you.
Okara,
The closest
I'm in the same boat. I also hate cucumber but love pickles. Broadly speaking, everyone I've ever asked has pretty much always answered, no, cucumbers don't have a strong smell. For whatever reason, I can smell a cucumber from the opposite side of the kitchen when it's cut. And it is one of the worst smells ever to me.
That is kind of funny, considering my sister is the same way with pickles.
I mean, pickles do have a
Exact
very
same
strong
way.
smell, though. Like,
Oh, definitely. But just the fact that it is that strong that, as you said, you can smell it from the other side of the room and hate it. She cannot be in the same room as an open jar of pickles. She will start gagging.
Another thing, like, I'm not quite that bad with cucumber. I don't like the smell, but it won't make me gag. You know what smell will make me gag? Is mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is that bad for you, huh?
Yeah. Like, if it's already... Like, the amount you'd put on a sandwich is not really enough that I'd be able to smell it. So, like, if it's already on something, I'm fine. If it's mixed into some kind of sauce, I'm fine. But
if it's
just
like an
mayonnaise
open jar
on
of
its
mayonnaise.
own, I get a whiff of it, and I will immediately start gagging. I smell it for more than a few seconds, and there's a very high chance I will throw up. And, like, the weird part is, I don't even think it's that bad of a smell. I don't hate the smell of mayonnaise. I don't like it much, but I don't hate it that much. But despite that, for some reason, the smell will make me throw up if I smell it long enough. And I just don't know why.
Oh, fair enough. See, I don't have any reaction quite that strong with any food. Which I am thankful for.
Yeah. The weirdest part, though, about, like, the smell of mayonnaise making me gag like that, or the smell of cucumbers being weirdly strong to me, is that generally speaking, I actually have a very bad sense of smell. There are a lot of things that people will tell me have really strong smells that I can't smell at all. Or, like, sometimes if I happen to be passing through the kitchen while my mom was cooking something when I was growing up, she'd say, "Ooh, smell this." And I'd smell it, and I wouldn't smell anything at all. But for whatever reason, the things I do smell all tend to smell very strong to me. And fortunately, most of the things I can smell, I don't mind or even like the smell of, but not cucumbers or mayo for some reason.
Well, fair enough. Let's see. Do I do my weekly do I do my dailies first? Or do I just jump straight into the...
I did the dailies first. Especially, like, if you start from the coffee stand and make your way into the temple, you'll end your dailies pretty close to where the quest starts.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let me check how my order's going. Alright, updated time is 6:13, about 11 minutes.
It's a good thing you gave up your studies at the Meta School to enlist, Orphe.
And I do have your stream muted
What can
for
I say?
Neat.
My brain
several
can
reasons.
be a bit slow at times.
I don't like hearing my own
Anyway,
voice yet.
Magus, you talk in your
Especially when
sleep all
it's
the
something
time.
I have just said.
I don't
All the more
sleep.
reason to
It's a
listen to it more.
self-diagnostic mode. And I've told you before, use
I'll
my
get
proper
there.
title while on duty.
I'll
and
work
stop
on it.
eavesdropping on me.
Yes, Captain
Also
Magus!
spoilers, but
I swear, I'll
Yeah.
never listen to you sleep talking again. But given how you're always right behind me, it's kinda hard not to overhear.
It's not sleep talking. It's echoes of residual signals from the vocal module
Oh, did
during
Magus say something funny?
self-diagnostic mode.
I got the stream open on my
Yes,
phone,
Captain
but it was
Magus.
frozen.
I swear,
Or
I'll
he
never
said something
eavesdrop on
funny.
your, whatever that was
damn.
during self-diagnostic mode again.
Something along the lines of, I'll never eavesdrop on you when you're sleeping again, but it's kind of hard to when you're always right behind me. Or the like. Out of curiosity, I may have pointed this out to you before, but have you ever noticed that Magus has a tiny little tie?
Does he?
She?
Does she? Does she?
Yeah, if you look at the stream, you can see it, like, hanging off of her.
I did not notice that. That is adorable.
I've also seen some screenshots. I don't know if they're like combat animations or from a cutscene somewhere in the quest, but it's screenshots from something in the new patch of what looks like Orphe just being like yanked around through the air by Magus somehow.
You know what? Sometimes you just need the body that's attached to yours to be somewhere very specific very quickly. I like to think I'd be doing the same thing.
What if you were an intelligent gun attached to a tail attached to someone else?
Damn right. There's not always a lot of time to be able to tell somebody attached to you where to go. Sometimes you just need to drag them around. Why am I using battery charge? I need to get to the fucking story.
Yeah. You know, I was literally thinking earlier while your game was patching, I'll bet instead of catching up, he'll just start grinding materials like he always does whenever he boots the game up, instead of doing story.
But you say that, and now I've got the urge to go into fucking Shiyu defense again.
Don't worry, you've still got most of 3 weeks to farm out your polychromes and pull trigger.
I mean, I've already pulled for her twice.
Or, you could let me convince you again to pull for a different character on the current banner from the one you planned to.
No. I
say that,
mistriggered.
but honestly, I do legitimately think you probably ended up better off getting Yuzuha over Miyabi.
Honestly, with how much I use her and how much I don't think Miyabi would work with Alice, you're probably right.
Miyabi wouldn't work with Alice. She'd work decently well with Bernice. But either way, I do think the all-physical team is probably better than anything you would be able to do with Miyabi currently.
The all-physical team that I have is probably better than anything else I could dream of creating right now.
Absolutely.
But
my point is that with
made
the
throughout the
characters
game.
you currently have, I don't think there is any team you could set up around Miyabi that would be as effective as the all-physical team. Like,
Yes.
technically speaking, I think Miyabi's best team would be better than that one, but you don't have the characters to set up Miyabi's best team.
Most likely not.
There's no
think I'm
most
doing
likely. Her best
pretty
team
damn
uses
good.
Vivian.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm never pulling Vivian.
Admittedly, like, Miyabi has a lot of other very good teams without Vivian. But also, her second best team uses Yanagi.
I could pull for Yanagi, assuming the character that she's not running with isn't better.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is like, Yanagi is not gonna come back for a while, because she was rerunning during Alice's banner.
Yeah, she ran with Alice, I think.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So, yeah, I was not going to... I'm very glad I didn't pull for Yanagi instead of Alice.
That's fair.
I mean, I could have pulled for both of them, but chances are good. Chances are good I'm better off with the W engine I got instead of Yanagi.
I think you are. Like, Yanagi is really good. Yanagi is technically the best lightning DPS in the game right now. Well, okay. Now that Seed exists, she might not be. But at the time,
is Seed
she
good?
was. I don't know yet.
I see. Might be.
That, yeah, might be is the operative word here.
I gotcha.
Seed is very weird to play. I think it'll take some time to get a feel for her, and that's time I might not get the chance to spend because unless the new chapter and or her character quest make me like her a lot more than I do currently, I'll probably just save up for Orphe instead of pulling for Seed.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to withhold judgment on Seed. I've already made jokes about Seed so far.
Yeah, like, you have, on the one hand,
it's
you
mostly
don't
in the marketing direction.
Yeah, you don't care much for her so far. But on the other hand, this game has already changed your opinion on a number of characters.
Literally all but I think 2 of the characters that I initially didn't care for have turned out to be much better than I give them credit for initially.
Yeah. But
this is why I'm withholding judgment.
So what I will say, and I'm not saying this to try to convince you to pull for Seed over Trigger, because Trigger will still be a bigger upgrade to your account in the same way.
Oh, definitely. S&B needs
Seed is
more.
probably going to be either Seed or Orphe, because mechanically I think they'll both kind of fall into this same niche. Will probably be the best third teammate for Sandy. That being said, Trigger is the unquestionable best second teammate for her. So Trigger is still the priority, even talking purely mechanically.
Assuming I do get Trigger, would it be better to swap her out with Pulchra or...
Yeah. Pulchra is basically, mechanically speaking, Pulchra is basically just discount Trigger.
I mean, I could run both of them.
You could. That would be that would be a lot less damage than running Astra or Nicole in that third slot, though.
Yeah, but I've already got Pulchra to M6, and
then you have a really good stunner to put on a different team if you need to.
Yeah. I've got her built for
That's
damage. Though.
Like, she still does good stun. Stunners get passive impact.
Yeah, you're right. She
but
does
also, like,
stun
what
very well.
disc set do you have on her?
That's a good question. I'm in dialogue right now.
Fun. Depending on the disc set, you could move it over to Trigger, because Trigger's impact scales up based off her crit rate.
Oh, then yeah, that'd probably be a lot. No. I'm pretty sure I've got Pulchra built for both crit rate and crit damage.
And then you, like, here's the thing. I don't even have a fully built Pulchra, and I still occasionally use her going into Deadly Assault sometimes, if I, like, for whatever my last team is, if I've already used Trigger in one of the others. Like, just because you take Pulchra off of your Sandby team doesn't mean you're not gonna have a use for her.
Yeah, perhaps.
Still, it's strange. I actually
I've punched my
overslept today.
microphone. I apologize.
I
if
mean,
that
my
I didn't even hear
self-diagnostic ran longer than expected. It feels
okay,
like
I guess I just
some
need to
kind
punch
of
it harder
bad
next time.
Are intelligent constructs superstitious too?
Well, I am just like you. An idiot who dropped out of school to join the military. Superstition is the only knowledge I've got that I can actually rely on.
Magus and Orphe both dropped out of school to join the military, apparently.
I mean, I imagine they both had to agree.
I guess so, yeah.
I don't think that one could stay and one could go.
Yeah, that is true.
As funny as that sounds.
If anything, though, like, the idea that they have always been like this raises even more questions than the idea that they ended up like this. Like, if they've all basically, at least for as long as either of them can remember, have always been connected, why? Like, it's not like Orphe could have been born with a mechanical tail and an intelligent construct attached to her.
Maybe their father was an intelligent construct. I don't fucking know. Billy, what did you do?
What?
I don't know. He's the first male construct that came to mind.
I'm trying to think. There's the guy at the massage parlor.
There's that pawn shop guy.
That too. There's Seed Senior.
That makes things a bit more complicated, I think.
Right now, while I still know nothing, my random guess going forward is that Orphe is probably like a test tube baby, and that's how Seed has always been attached to her.
Maybe it's a case of less that they were born together and that they were attached immediately after birth.
Yeah. I mean, I believe, like, Orphe's exact phrasing in the trailer is something along the lines of, our hearts have been beating together since the moment we were born. So, even with, like, I don't know. Whatever the reason, I imagine I'll find out by the time this quest is over.
In any case,
Enough
why
breakfast
the
chit-chat.
fuck would they go
Time to get
that
ready
route?
for this morning's operational briefing, Orphe.
What route?
Yes, Captain
Of them
Magus.
of them having grown up together, instead of being forced to, and instead of what I originally had in mind, me being the
What was it
the
you
writing
originally
genius
had
that
in
I
mind?
am. I figured that during some kind of battle they had to bond together to survive, and that they had been literally inseparable.
See,
since.
that was kind of my assumption as well. Like, whatever body, like, before the trailer, I kind of just assumed that whatever body Magus had originally got too damaged, and she had to be, like, her consciousness had to be transferred into basically whatever was available.
Yeah. Oh, my pizza's almost here. I'll be right back.
Neat.
Don't worry, Chad. The entertaining one will be right back.
Oh, it's so depressing that he's right. What is that emoticon supposed to be? I don't think I've ever seen that before. I asked what that emoticon is supposed to be. Sorry, I had my microphone pushed up so that no one heard me chewing food. That's a sound.
I'm back.
Oh boy.
What?
Vegas seems to have a hard time coming up with nice things to say about Seed. So she makes do with not saying. From the looks of it.
That is incredibly funny. I mean, since I have pizza here, would it be better for me to just watch the stream and get the story that way?
That's your call.
I don't necessarily need to play the story.
I mean, if you want to do that, I can share it on Discord so that you can actually get sound without having to hear me talk twice.
Or myself at all. And without a delay. Yes, please.
Hopefully the internet can handle it. But also, what's to stop you from playing while also eating?
I don't have that much skill, nor the free hands. I don't have a lot of desk space to hold the pizza, so...
That's fair. I forgot that most people don't play PC games from their couch.
I can think of one other duo that does that, and that's the game. I don't imagine that being... See, if you have, well, obviously if you have a controller, and that's your preferred method of playing, it does get easier, but...
Which is also the correct method to play.
It depends on the game.
Yes, but this is a game where that's the case.
I don't know. I prefer having mouse and keyboard for it. I don't know why. Can't get the
same reason why you don't like
AC
Astra, because you're wrong.
Be that as it may.
Good morning, everyone. Today's briefing is to discuss the tactical details for the raid on the Exaltis stronghold. Thanks to previous infiltration ops and documents from Porcelumex, we've gathered intel on several key Exaltis communication hubs
It's a good
within
thing
the
she wasn't
Hollow.
available for the tier list.
However,
You hear some very,
we still
very
need
strange
more
things from
detailed
me.
intel on the exact location of their headquarters
So-
and the distribution of their personnel.
If you're gonna watch me playing instead of playing, I'll go ahead and catch you up a little more. We got a flashback that seems to be, I guess must have been like Seed and Orphe's experience with a previous squad. that seems to all get wiped out. The weird thing is, it felt like they were addressing Magus and Orphe. The weird thing is, it felt like they were addressing Magus, like, completely on her own. Orphe only got mentioned one time in the entire flashback.
Well, Magus is the superior officer.
This was when they were, like, not in charge of the squad, though. Like, this was a flashback to a squad that they were members of, not at the head of.
Well, fair enough.
But also,
you think she was still
the
the
reason...
senior then?
Do what?
You think she was still the senior member then?
I wouldn't be too surprised, honestly.
God damn it, I dropped a pickle.
Well done. But also, the only reason I even thought to explain more of that is that their old commanding officer looked a lot like Isolde. To the point where, up until the part where it looked like their old commanding officer got killed, I assumed it was.
Maybe it's just a case of same face and NPC syndrome.
I mean, sure, but same face and also hair color. And honestly, a pretty similar hairstyle.
Hairstyle, color, same face. Probably the same getup at some, sort of. Same title, same faction.
You know what? Let me try something. I can pull my stream back on YouTube. I feel like even the eye color is the same. Her face is a little different, though. I'm sending you the screenshot I took of earlier in the stream. Oh yeah, but she also, like, plays around with a little, like, coin gun, just like Isolde does in the quest from last patch.
They may be related.
I can only assume so.
Oh no, they're more clones.
The theory that Yishun is the original for the Silver series is still going pretty strong. Like, on the one hand, I feel like it would have already come up if it were true, but on the other hand, man, she really does look a lot like them.
She does have a very similar means of speaking, too. Like, a very similar cadence, I think.
Really? I feel like Yishun doesn't speak enough to have any kind of cadence.
A fair point. I don't know, maybe I'm making shit up.
Before the main force advances
I do
into
a
the
lot-
Hollow to launch a full sweep,
Yeah, like Astra
we will
being
deploy
bad.
several elite squads
Okay, we
to their
fucking
comms
get it, alright?
outposts
We
within the
move on
Hollow
from
for
that.
recon. The first shot of this battle will be fired by Obol. The results you achieve will be critical to the success of the operations that follow.
You're just not gonna let that go, huh?
It just was such a it just was so completely out of nowhere. Like, so Kaku and Vivian, I already knew you didn't really care for. Well, you had never mentioned not liking Astra before.
I don't know, she doesn't click with me. I can understand the appeal. She's not... Yeah. I can understand the appeal, just not for me.
That's fair, but also I'm still gonna. You're
weird
still
metaphor
never gonna
too.
not hear the end of. You're still never gonna hear the end of it.
I can accept that.
Or at least you won't hear the end of it until until you have an even worse take for me to start using against you.
Oh, we'll see.
Captain Magus, remember to use proper ranks during operations.
Yes, ma'am. After all these years, it's not like you don't know my bad habits.
Okay, so maybe it is the same.
Magus? Captain, you were the one lecturing me about that just this morning.
After all this time, we finally get to fight side by side again, Isolde. Colonel.
Ma'am, I heard for this operation, a special envoy from the city government will be assisting Obol Squad. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, Trigger was just telling me we've got a super capable and trustworthy friend coming to work with us.
Oh, she used the
Trigger
word
is
friend?
right.
That must have killed her.
There will indeed be a guest from the city government
You
joining
say that
us
as
as a
if Trigger
technical
isn't
advisor
like
to
one of the
assist Obol
most
Squad in the operation.
well-adjusted characters in the game. Oh, I get what you're saying. Never mind.
Yeah. Just a friend.
Per the agreed arrangements, our guest will meet you all inside the Hollow.
The Exaltists have long plagued Life-Bay Peninsula. Obsidian Division's mission is simple. Eliminate the source of this chaos once and for all. Their repeated failures have cost them dearly. Our task now is to eliminate the remaining stragglers and strike directly at their headquarters. We have obtained intel on multiple enemy strongholds. You will be deployed as scouts. Your objective is to investigate and pinpoint the enemy's main base. Blitz Squad will handle the frontal assault. You will also rendezvous with a technical advisor dispatched by the mayor and assist them in securing the key data. Aegis Squad, you will strike the enemy from the air, providing firepower and intel support for all units on the ground. Operation codename Blitz and Aegis. Obol Squad, gear up and get ready!
That kind of reminded me of the level openings from the first Modern Warfare game.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, I get to play Orphan.
Blitz Squad, in position!
Aegis Squad, report your position. Do you copy?
Copy, Captain Magus. Aegis reporting in.
We're en route with the chopper. ETA 20 minutes. Landing at Blitz Squad 3 o'clock.
Primary objective, rendezvous with the mayor's envoy.
Must be someone pretty important if they've got Obol Squad handling the pickup.
They're very powerful, but also a very nice person.
Oh, so what sort of person are they exactly?
Let's save the chit-chat for after the mission. Stay focused on the battle.
Trigger's really hyping us up.
Our turn to burn!
The envoy and escort team are inside the building up ahead.
By the way, why are we meeting inside the hollow?
Captain Magus is all about action. She prefers
Do you
getting
see
stuff
that?
organized in live combat scenarios
Magus has
rather than
absolutely
listening to
no
someone
qualms
introduce
about
them.
taking immediate control, does she?
Absolutely none at all.
That's what Colonel Isolde said.
You're making me
Just
sound like I'm
throwing
some
Morphe around like a rag doll.
kid or something.
I respect it.
Really? I just hope the captain doesn't end up chewing out the envoy later.
Okay, the dodge is pretty reasonable. I was hoping I could actually view her entire list, but it does not look like that's possible.
We've successfully rendezvoused
Who's
with
this
the target. Now, let me take a look at Colonel Isolde's intel report. Captain Magus, this is the Special Hollow Technology Consultant, the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations, as well as the...
Wait, didn't Isolde say there was only one target? How many people are we talking about here?
God fucking damn it.
Looks like Vivian has had a bit too much of an influence, huh?
Can we not?
It's gonna be so funny if just for the entire run of this game, if Vivian is just constantly haunting you the entire time, like, for as long as this game exists.
I can't fucking wait.
Hey everyone, forget the titles. Why don't you all just call me Proxy?
So this is the amazing Mr. Phaethon that Trigger and Soldier 11 were talking about. Turns out
Soldier
you're
11
actually
would
pretty
not have
down to
called us
earth.
Phaethon.
I know who
He still
you
thinks
are.
that was fake.
You must be the infamous Phaethon they mentioned, right?
Trigger was definitely talking about the renowned Mr. Phaethon.
Usually, only heroic characters are described as renowned. For villains, it would be...
If the other side is a villain, then working with them means we're on the side of villains too.
To be honest, I'm still a little uneasy about having a proxy join up with Obol Squad.
I mean,
I'm an old
Soldier
timer
11
who
tends
plays
to
by the
only really
rules.
have a problem.
No dramatic backstory, no need for wild
Oh,
adventures
no.
like the
I understand
younger
what you're
ones.
saying now.
So I've rarely had dealings with anyone outside the military. Especially someone from, well, the underworld, like you.
A hero working from the dark side, protecting the city in secret. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool.
Sure, I've heard stories of your accomplishments, but don't mistake that for me seeing you as a hero. Everyone walking the city has their own purpose, especially someone with a complicated background like you. But I hope your goals won't interfere with Obol's mission, or violate the Defense Force's principles. Otherwise...
If what you call your principles are genuinely just, and your aim is to protect others, then I'd say we're on the same side.
I hope so.
Okay. I thought of this while you were getting your pizza, and forgot about it until just now. But, so Orphe and Magus dropped out of school to join the military. Right? So, if they were not, functionally speaking, born for the military, then why does Orphe have a talking gun attached to her?
Maybe it's a fashion statement?
Sure.
One of those fashion babies that apparently is coming in the future?
Cyberpunk gets more and more real every day, huh?
I guess we'll find out.
Whether I'm a villain or a hero, let's keep our focus on the mission. After all, we're still deep inside the Hollow, surrounded by Exaltists.
Regardless of your position, if you get things done, that's not bad in my book.
Next, I'll briefly outline the mission objectives and explain the role that Phaethon will play in this operation. As an expert Hollow guide, or a proxy, Phaethon will use the current map intel and Hollow data to chart the most efficient route for us, Obol Squad. At the same time, we'll provide cover for Phaethon as the proxy collects Hollow data and monitors the changes and activity of the miasma.
We've got plenty of trained scouts in the military. Can a proxy with no combat experience really handle such an operation?
Captain Magus, according to the intel report and squad member accounts, the proxy has combat experience working alongside Trigger and Soldier 11. Sharper, more precise, and more perceptive than any scout. That's how Soldier 11 described the proxy. I don't think we've ever seen anyone who's earned the approval of both Trigger and Soldier 11 outside of our own squad members.
If no other squad members or Isolde have any objections, that wraps up the mission briefing. Don't fall behind, Proxy.
It cut out for a second.
At most, you missed Orphe talking about how much Soldier 11 thinks we're cool.
Fair enough.
There's an unusual silence in the air.
But also, probably for the best that she talked about Soldier 11's opinion of us, because I don't think Trigger is really in any position to judge, like, to fairly judge things without bias.
Report your status! Agent Squad, come in!
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the guy's cover fire! Oh no. Still no response.
Electromagnetic interference is pretty common.
The enemy reinforcements just keep coming!
I love when audio gets cut off like that.
Do you copy?
Oh, I'm probably supposed to switch to the other character right at the end.
Enemy reinforcements spotted in the northwest!
Agent Squad.
Seed and the others should be okay.
The fastest way to restore comms is to disable the nearby jamming devices.
My cover fire! Looks like the miasma around us is getting thicker.
Ether activity is rising around us. Keep an eye out for stronger enemies.
It'll be A-okay.
We're circling right above the enemy, Captain.
Searching for the mission target. Aegis Squad has reached the LZ. Blitz Squad, do you copy? Comms seem to be jammed.
Say that again.
Is Seed Senior's comm system still working?
No,
Sorry, I'm out for a pizza.
speaker's all buzzy with
I thought that was a cute little noise that Seed made.
Let's
right
clear
before
the nearby
tooltip.
enemies first. Then regroup with the captain ASAP.
The area's all clear now. All those annoying pests. Good riddance.
Come in, Blitz Squad. Do you copy?
With only having
Seems
one
that
other
annoying signal interference is still floating around in the air.
character in the squad.
The enemy control room is just ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I feel like Trigger is the worst second character to have with Seed. But at the same time, there are only so many characters in Obol Squad for them to use, I guess.
Agent Squad, come in!
Agents reporting in! We read you loud and clear, Captain!
We just shut down the enemy's jamming equipment.
Aegis Squad, are there any ether transmission tunnels inside the control room?
Roger! New objective! Shut down the ether transmission system!
Remote support. In position.
Oh right, she's a sniper.
The ether transmission system has been shut down.
You kind of forget that she's always engaged in close
That
combat.
cuts off the supply of miasma.
Yeah. It's almost as if this game doesn't really have a mechanic
Clearing out the remaining enemies.
like any mechanic to allow for long distance combat.
Aegis Squad has successfully secured a data copy from the control room.
Those things look like coffins. They're kind of creepy.
What's a coffin? It's a thing where people are laid to rest.
Laid to rest? Oh, you mean like Sid Senior?
They seem to have fixed the issue they had where there'd be really long gaps between dialogue, like between dialogue and exploration zones.
Huh?
The unknown device. Now analyzing. Network communication structure detected.
That's a neat change in scenery.
These devices are interconnected, probably forming part of a larger equipment array. By cracking part of the data, we can locate the other devices.
Looks like Proxy's quite the skilled hacker.
You're amazing, Proxy!
You're not secretly hacking into my brain while I'm asleep, are you?
Hey, come on. I'm a professional. I have standards.
Communication structure analysis. 50% complete.
I'd only do it while you're awake. More fun that way.
You say that, but technically, the proxy has, after a fashion, not so much hacked into as it was with permission, but gained access to the brain of an intelligent construct. Assuming... Well, there's no assuming. I feel like this has to be set after Chiki's character quest.
Yeah. She seemed cool with it, though.
She seemed cool with it, but she did also say that it was very unpleasant.
I imagine it'd be unpleasant for us, too. I just like the idea of a robot programmed for discomfort.
Huh. If Orphe is already sprinting when you dodge forward, like, Magus kind of pulls her along and she stumbles.
It's kinda cute.
Those are ether reactors made by Porcelumex. To be honest, they look pretty ominous.
So are you ready to gain the trust of Orphe and Magus separately?
I'd be fine with that.
Not everyone in the
They're
company
not going to do that, but I think it'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Even if they're not all
It does very much sound like
plenty still played a
twice
part
as many
in
trust
this.
events, and
That may be true, but most ordinary employees were probably acting under pressure or coercion, right?
And what about you? Were you forced or pressured into becoming a proxy?
Wait, what? When you stop sprinting, like while you're sprinting, Magus is holding Orphe's knife and she throws it over to her when you stop.
oh yeah, you shouldn't run with sharp objects like that.
But also, like, Magus is totally getting whipped around too when you run.
I hope she can't get whiplash, because that does not look right. That was kind of cool. You did a dodge into a sprint, and Orphe tossed the knife back, and Magus caught it.
Huh. I guess. So, yeah, you'll start to sprint if you just walk for long enough. And the animation only plays if you let the game take over and cause you to sprint. It doesn't happen if you manually start sprinting by doing a dodge.
Kind of interesting.
Because, like, if you manually sprint, the knife just teleports from Orphe's hand into Magus's mouth, I guess.
Not a great one either. Wise, what do you know about poetry?
I mean, presumably Helios Academy was some kind of private school.
Wise doesn't strike me as the poetic kind.
Really?
Of the two of them, it would be Wise. Belle would have no patience for that. For counting Eos, my vote would be for him. Eos seems like he's got a way with words.
Yeah, those Ennas are all awfully eloquent, aren't they?
It's not about the words themselves, it's what they represent.
This is the only route Blitz Squad can take.
The mission went without a hitch. Great work, everyone.
And thanks to the envoy for all his hard work, too.
Actually, I wonder...
You all carried the operation. I was just doing my duty.
No special animation for her when she speeds up. In fact, she actually gets a special animation only if you manually. Although I'm sure that's just the same as your dog animation.
The segue is again unimpressive. Looks more like a Roomba with a handle.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of also the joke that animation I sent you earlier took, or made.
Huh?
Seed, you've met them before.
Oh, it's you, Broxy.
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porcelumex inspection.
I remember. Oh, Seed Sr. says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Sr., you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, It was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Sr. first. And then Seed Sr. told me.
Neat, she's batshit insane.
Sure.
Or at least talks like she is.
I think that's more likely.
Seed Senior. Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech! Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs. You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field. Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have quite a unique way of talking.
The Defense Force, or rather, Obol Squad's comms channel, also seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The Proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Okay.
Being able to tune into both Seeds and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time. I have to say, you really are something special.
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
God, another stupid one.
Winning over these girls might be easy.
I mean...
But as their commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution.
Magus did have some pretty disparaging things to say about Orphe's performance before the two of them dropped out of school. So, and Orphe did not disagree with her.
All right, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with. We came up empty on both the location of the Exaltists' main base and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
The most efficient way to move such a large amount of supplies in a short time would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates unknown to the Defense Force. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
Phaethon's scales are like magic. Sounds way more impressive than a carrot.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
I like the framing of this conversation. It very much implies that Phaethon is literally between Orphe and Magus.
Yeah.
Like Magus is just wrapped around his leg or something. I find that visual hilarious.
Yeah.
She's holding him down to make sure he can't escape.
I mean, you say that, but keep in mind, like, practically our first meeting with Miyabi was literally her just, like, clinging to us to make sure we couldn't escape.
Oh, I remember. That chapter was incredibly fun.
Yeah.
I got this.
Miyabi, please let go of my hand.
Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Fate, confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. 0. Now we're all clear.
Obol Squad. All enemies eliminated.
The rambling old man is a little Seed's trophy.
The final sacrifice
I think she might actually be insane.
How can swirling dust compete with a blazing fire?
Okay, Seed's starting to grow on me already.
I mean, she did apparently, like, live in a hollow for who knows how long, so... I guess you don't come out of that entirely unscathed.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, like, did you see either of her trailers?
I have not, no.
Yeah, her backstory is
I
literally
usually
Seed
say
Senior just found her in a hollow and raised her.
Incredible.
Like, he just found her in a hollow eating, like, whatever plants were growing to survive.
Oh my god.
Do all the Exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Hey, Seed Senior, you've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
What sets these Exaltists apart from typical villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator, which often drives them to act unpredictably.
Yes,
Even if they act in the
typical
shadows
villains.
without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting new Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers!
I mean, they've been faced with a lot worse than that and stayed awfully devoted. Like,
I don't know.
Calm down, Captain
I think
Magus.
Magus is onto something.
As
We should let her
vile as
try.
the Exaltists are, not every member is
I mean-
guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining.
I'd watch that.
I mean, I'm not saying she shouldn't try it, but I'm just saying that if a Void Hunter that cut a huge hole in a hollow as a side effect of an attack wasn't enough to convince them to quit, I'm not sure what will.
In other
I'm
words,
just saying,
not
I'd like
every
Magus'
Exaltist member
thinking.
deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them?
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolda's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon, specifically the section designated for Magus.
Oh, she's gonna have to talk to HR about that one.
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
There's a critical piece of intel that needs immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice. These Obscura, and the factories that produce them, are scattered throughout Lemnian Hollow.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porcelumex and the intel Commander Isolda has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Waifei Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian Division could deal with that many monsters.
The entire Obsidian Division would just end up as monster food.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
No, that's not right. Although I did come across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy. there's still no solid evidence to confirm that all Obscura have sacrifices in them. The Obscura devices I saw in Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy either. More importantly, creating a creature as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access to such an immense supply of ether and miasma.
Or they would have destroyed New Eridu long ago.
Phew. Good thing the bad guys we're dealing with this time aren't that powerful. Yet.
Hey, did you two completely forget that courage is a soldier's greatest virtue?
Captain, didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The proxy has a point, but there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Wi-Fi Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as possible. Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon meet their end.
The Fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious. Everyone, stay sharp and proceed with caution.
After spending over a decade in the military, I understand that all too well.
What Captain Magus meant to say was, thanks for the heads up, Proxy.
That's not what I meant!
I feel like Trigger has it really rough with these people as her squad mates.
I'm sure she knows how to handle them. They're probably a lot more cooperative when they're not dealing with someone outside their squad.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair.
Also, I think these antics are incredibly funny.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Trigger has to hide her laughter every now and then. Well, that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that noise?
That's a good question.
Who is screaming?
I think it's part of the background music.
Who thought that was a good idea?
The weirdest part of it is how it's arranged into the music.
I'm not so sure it is.
Yeah. I'll bet I know how to find out. I'm already pretty sure it's not, because...
It's not playing in the menu.
Yeah. It is not the music.
What the fuck? It's directional, too.
Yeah, it's something. weird.
Fuck is going on? Oh, that is a really good wallpaper.
Yeah.
I haven't done any of the trust stuff for Alice yet. I need to get on that.
There are some really fun ones.
I need to get on that.
One of her like random ones, like that just happens when you like change what time it is one of my favorite new ones in a long time.
Where does it start? We'll start with that.
Funny enough, right here.
Good to know. I'll have to see that one for myself. God, that laugh. I'm not sure how I feel about that laugh.
Seems to me like how you feel about it is that you're getting more and more convinced that you might need some extra polychromes this patch.
Not what I'm saying. Not yet. Give it time. She's like a just very slightly more restrained Bernice. In that specific aspect.
Or restrained.
All in all, the scouting mission was a success.
Bernice is not
Obol Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltus lunatics didn't stand a chance.
Bernice doesn't restrain herself, but I think she at least has a bit more sense.
I think I mean more restrained. Did I say less?
No, you said more.
I'm confusing myself.
You're confusing me.
It's honestly
I'm just
baffling how
confusing.
HSO and
I'll get
public
back to you on
security
that.
got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolda's flawless planning.
The proxy was amazing too. Just like Trigger and Soldier 11 said. And just like all those rumors on Internaut.
Huh? Orphe, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internaut behind my back?
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't Internaut illegal?
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the Exaltus scattered remnants.
I know. We
Mr.
already
Quiet
have the
Hell?
hollow coordinates for the Exaltus base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the Sacrifice Crew.
Oh, that was perfect delivery.
Just the help and her pose and the like her immediately
getting cut out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Also, Magus, I think this one's on you, girl. How do you not notice?
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I don't feel like Orphe can really do much of anything without it. Like, how could she do anything without Magus noticing?
Like, literally behind your back.
Oh, that reminds me of something I saw on Twitter that I'm not sure if I want to repeat on stream.
Oh, this has gotta be a doozy.
It should be fine. Someone like posted on Twitter asking something along the lines of, do you think when Orphe goes to use the restroom, Magus like sticks her head out of the bathroom so Orphe has privacy?
I'd like to think yes. That I don't like to think at all. But of the options, I think that's the less horrific. idea. Thank God I'm not in that kind of position.
Features.
That's awful.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the Hollow. You can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots. All this might just be a diversion by the Exaltists. By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the Hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obol? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
Hell. Well, you see, Captain Magus said.
I'll have to think about that. I do remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high
that's how
energy
she
lasers.
said that Exalted should be
Taking
treated,
things out of
and
context
then
to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
Got
she
it.
said that
Looks
maybe
like
Wise
the
is working with
temporary
them, so
protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much sway over Captain Magus.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
She's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain Magus and the squad have been doing their best to support me, and her military-grade high-energy laser is definitely reassuring.
not sure reassuring's the right word.
All right. Without the proxy support,
I mean,
our operation wouldn't
Is
have
she
gone this
blushing?
smoothly.
I was about to
Is
say.
she blushing?
She is.
The gun is blushing.
Yeah.
I love this.
What I was about to say, though, is that I'm sure the high energy laser is very reassuring when it's being pointed at something that's trying to attack you.
Yes, but the gun is
I
blushing.
guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
Look at my
What's so
temper.
dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Proxy, how many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows? And how many shady Hollow Raiders have you guided to dirty money?
Not enough.
Well, you see, actually, my first customer is standing right here.
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it.
Watch, I
They have
guarantee you
to
Magus
avoid
has
the
met
light
Nicole
and
at
just
some
try to
point too,
survive in
so...
the shadows.
Oh, I'm sure.
And this grand,
this point, who
respectable
hasn't?
world you speak of, is it really filled with nothing but righteous heroes? Is your defense force really so perfect? Every single person?
You...
All right, kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
Looks like the captain got shut down by Commander Isolde again.
Even the proxy's been lumped in with the kids. Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing. Proxy, Major General Lorenz has expressed interest in
Lorenz?
meeting you. Would you mind coming with me later?
Yeah, that
Isn't
name
that-
came up. What was that?
Isn't that Leiter's last name?
I think it is.
I need to look this up. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, in a
What the
previous version of character development.
Okay.
Every
So not his last
reference to
name
it has
anymore?
apparently been removed in his actual addition to the game.
Ah, damn it. I thought I stumbled upon the best piece of lore.
It could still be. I think I have mentioned this to you before, but in case I haven't, Seed's voice actor is the same person that voices the antagonist of Trigger's character story. If you remember that character's voice.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember her name. It was like Claudia or something.
I think it was Zoe.
Zoe? Yeah, Zoe. Yeah, Zoe, Claudia, same thing. Still weird that they used the name Lorenz here.
The Major General wants to see me? That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
Well, I'm reassured.
Sir, your guests have arrived.
Colonel Isolde, I heard that, Obol Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Wi-Fi Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
Yes, sir.
Among all the mediocrity in the Obsidian division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then. Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines. I'm pragmatic, but I always make sure my subordinates are treated fairly. This is a big opportunity, but I went to great lengths to get troops into Wi-Fi Peninsula. So this mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Wise.
Welcome to Wi-Fi Peninsula, Ambassador Wise.
I've been in Wi-Fi Peninsula for a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the Defense Force.
Swabian Temple? Ah, Yunque Summit. Pardon my memory, I nearly forgot our guest works directly under Mayor Mayflower. Mind filling me in, Colonel Isolde? Why is one of the mayor's personal agents, an infamous proxy, getting involved in Defense Force business?
Wise was appointed by the city as a technical advisor and envoy for Mayor Mayflower, sir. He's here to assist and oversee the Defense Force's operation.
Assist, huh? If the High Preceptor of Yunque Summit had shown up in person, perhaps I'd consider that worthy. And as for the supervision, since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls the trigger?
Sir, Wise is only here to assist Obol Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or command. All part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Wi-Fi Peninsula. Which, I imagine, suits you just fine?
Of course. Your arrangements are always right on point, Colonel. This whole operation is running smoothly, thanks to you. Well then, since you're the Hollow experts and personally by the Mayor, it's only right that I give you a proper welcome. Unfortunately, Military secrecy is of utmost importance, so I'm afraid I can't escort Wise to the more refined venues in the city for a proper celebration, at least for now. Colonel Isolde? Until this operation is over, all of Wise's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Major General, the mayor and Yunquay Summit might not be too happy about that.
That's an order, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
The people from Porcelumix are still waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Waifei Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites. Always know how to adapt and survive. I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain our guest, Isolde.
Let's go, Mr. Ambassador.
Fun.
Incredibly. It would have been funny if he was wearing the exact same pair of sunglasses, though.
The funny thing to me is the fact that he's all puffed up, knowing that we're a proxy, thinking that means he's all in the know, when the fact that he thinks restricting our movement means literally anything.
Yeah. The only thing that can restrict our movement is the developer themselves. The developers.
Oh, what I mean is that, functionally speaking, I'm pretty sure the whole thing with the HDD is that basically anything we see and hear can be transmitted to it from anywhere.
You know, you make a good point. I forgot that we can do that as well.
Oh yeah. Another thing that I forgot about in Magus's flashback. He was there when Ishwen's sister used the magic sword that I forget the name of.
Magus was there?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Her squad was I think starting or was basically holding the line there, and then Ishwen's sister showed up and told them to retreat and that she'd handle whatever.
I do like how the tooltip says, attempt to return.
Yeah, I think it kind of gives itself away, doesn't it? Also, did you see what Seed was saying as I walked up?
I forget the exact wording, but I remember it was very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, the proxy's been captured. Alright, Seed knows what's up. Oh yeah, the screaming. I forgot about it for a second. Argue with facts and logic. Let's say, hypothetically, for the sake of argument.
So what happens if I just keep selecting the same thing? It does keep going, okay.
Withdraw with head held high.
I'll talk to the puppy instead. I'm pretty sure this is just one of the little weekly things from the, like, bingo card.
Wait, hold on, I forgot to do my dailies. Let me get back to 6th Street. I need to visit a coffee shop. Oh, hi, Senior Pan. What are you doing here? And he's gone.
I love how the implication of this is that he has actually sat down and calculated how much expenses would increase if he got a pet.
What is it with bears and math? Isn't the stereotype
Proxy
they're
made
bad
it
at
through the
it?
interrogation unscathed.
Say that again?
Isn't the stereotype that they're bad at it?
Is there a stereotype relating to bears and math?
Well, different kind of bear, but you know.
No significant change in pulse, and your face isn't too pale. Looks like you passed the test. You look so frail, Proxy. Who would have thought you had the makings of a soldier tough enough to endure enemy torture?
Since you already see me as a villain, it's only natural I've learned how to avoid torture, right?
The Major General may be tough to deal with, but interrogating the Mayor's envoy? That kind of thing doesn't happen in the Obsidian Division.
Temporarily restricting the proxy's movements and communications. What does that mean?
It means we've got your precious Phaethon locked away. No way out, and no texting or calling family.
That's just so...
That's terrible!
Trigger.
Okay, but I don't think anyone commented on, say, potential family friends texting or calling his family.
I'm not sure Trigger's allowed to do that in general.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
not
think Trigger
sure
wants
she's
to do
allowed to
that.
spend time on the clock, like, watching Phaethon, but that doesn't stop her.
Trigger is elated by this news.
That's just so...
That doesn't sound like the voice of someone who's elated.
Yes, but her emoji eyes.
What a
That's
shame.
true.
I never thought the legendary proxy Phaethon would end up getting caught one day.
On the plus side, at least the legendary proxy
That's
Phaethon
nothing
was
like
caught
the
by
option.
Obol Squad. The Major General's idea of hospitality might be questionable, but for
It
a
might have been
soldier,
a thought.
orders are orders.
So, as much as we regret it, the legendary proxy Phaethon will have to stay put in Phylum Heights for a while.
You sure you're sorry, Captain? I'm pretty sure you were holding back a laugh just now.
Don't worry. Obol Squad and the Obsidian Division are the first line of defense against the Hollows. We'll wipe
I
out
felt the vibrations in
Exaltists
my
faster
spine.
than you'd think.
And then the proxy will be free.
As ordered, a technician will now attach a tracker to the proxy and temporarily block all communication functions of their electronics. My apologies, Proxy.
For the Obsidian Division, orders carry more weight than mountains. I don't like restricting someone's freedom like this. And I'm not exactly your biggest fan. But I hope you won't hold it against Isolde or the Squad.
I may not be a soldier, but I can understand the weight orders carry for all of you. If temporarily restricting my freedom helps the operation go smoothly and keeps the people of Waifei Peninsula safe, I'll gladly go along with it.
I never thought you'd show such resolve, Proxy. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you while you're with us.
Captain Magus keeping an eye on you? Just a heads up, she's not exactly the caring type.
Up back to
Once
that
again,
animation of
Proxy,
being
you
thrown
have my
around.
apologies.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've become distracted. Every time I hear Orphe, I'm very sure I've heard the voice actor somewhere before. But I cannot find any information on who it is that voices her. I have a suspicion, but nearly every guess I've made at who has voiced characters in Zenless has been wrong, so I'll keep my suspicion to myself.
Fortunate.
Oh, apropos of absolutely nothing.
Wonderful.
Other than voice actors, I guess. You know, in the little, like, Section 6 special episode that's mostly about Yanagi, as Section
Yeah, the
6
ones
is
I've
either...
forgotten about. Yeah.
Then maybe this will mean nothing to you. As Section 6 is like leaving from somewhere or another, right at the beginning of the quest, there's the girl in the crowd that screams for Miyabi to step on her.
I remember that much.
Her
That
voice
part's hard to
actor
forget.
is also Vivian's voice actor.
Well, at least there's some kind of character continuity there, huh? Or at least actor continuity.
Speaking of which, actually, I say most of my predictions or guesses or whatever as to who voice actors are or have been wrong. Now that I think about it, no, only a few of them have been wrong. But the ones that have been right were all... I don't know.
More obvious?
Yeah. Like, even probably not knowing who her voice actor is, I think you'd probably agree that Miyabi has a very distinct voice.
Oh, very much, yeah.
So, like, it's hard to get her voice actor mixed up with other people. Same is definitely true of Vivian as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I have repressed all memories of her voice, so... Oh boy, equipment maintenance.
So it's like, Seed constantly, even going back to last version, makes all these references and implications about her and Phaethon being similar in some way. Except we've actually seen from all of her trailers that, like, Seed Senior, despite being an intelligent construct, does also just have, like, an internal cockpit for a pilot. Like, when Seed Senior is asleep, he does just climb in and pilot him from inside. So she's not doing the same thing that we do with Eos, like everyone assumed.
I mean, it could be like a Titanfall thing where the mind link is necessary for more fine controls.
It could be. And she does seem to be able to pilot Seed Senior remotely, too.
I wouldn't be surprised if just...
And I've actually seen the Titanfall comparison made with the two of them a couple of times as well.
Well, yeah, it's a
very obvious comparison to make.
Of a giant robot, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's... Especially for the fact that Seed Senior is not a fucking Bangbu.
Yes.
There's a lot more...
That's actually another very interesting distinction, is technically Bangbu are not intelligent constructs.
You wouldn't know it. They definitely have their own little personalities.
Like, presumably that's what the difference is that makes Eos perfectly fine with being connected with the siblings, whereas Qingyi found it uncomfortable.
That sense of independence?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Qingyi just wasn't used to it.
That could also be. Like, Eos is a Bangbu that was apparently specifically designed for being connected to through the HDD. Or if not specifically designed for it, at the very least, like, very specifically modified for it.
And I mean, do we really know if it's unpleasant for Eos?
I guess not. I love how the game had me walk all the way up to Seed to the point where I was practically on top of her, but once the dialogue starts, I'm way back here.
Yep.
That's something I've noticed before, is you have to get really close to characters to be able to interact with them a lot of the time.
It is weird. I'm not quite sure why. I get nervous when he does my checkup. Captain's reckless fighting style. She does squash and stretch a lot.
Yep.
She will not. Stare back harder. Press the kill switch on her Segway.
Yeah, Seed totally has totally figured out what's up with us already.
Yeah, she knows immediately.
I saw some people online speculating, oh, maybe she's also from Helios Academy, but I feel like that just doesn't really make sense. I feel like the siblings would recognize her if she were.
That was my immediate thought, but if she was found as a child, probably, well, depending on, well.
Trying to think. I'm pretty sure, like, the whole thing with Helios Academy was during the Hollow disaster, so that would have been 10 years before the start of the game. If it is, I guess the question to ask here, because at the very least, the implication is that Wise and Bell were orphans. Was Helios Academy kind of a orphanage school? Because if so, it wouldn't be entirely unbelievable that Seed was there, and when the Hollow disaster and was just like lost in a hollow at the time of the disaster, and that's why she was there.
Was lost to the Hollow because of the disaster.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. If they were in different grades, it's entirely possible that even if they were classmates, there's no guarantee that they'd recognize each other.
Yeah, especially with this being especially after 10 years.
Yeah. I don't remember what a lot of the people in my high school look like after what, 6?
Yeah.
So
not only would they not not only would you not necessarily remember what someone looked like that you knew 10 years ago, a person can change a lot in 10 years.
Oh yeah.
That being said, for that to be the case, Seed would have to be significantly younger than the player characters. Because, in the trailers, she's like a kid when Seed Senior finds her.
Well, if it is an orphanage type of school, then
Yeah. My point, I guess, is kind of, if we assume that the siblings are in their early to mid 20s, I feel like that puts Seed as, like, at most maybe 18 or 19 now.
that doesn't seem too outside the realm of possibility.
No.
Honestly, that's my theory.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
Fairy, you really can't stop chasing that first assistant title, can you? When will you finally understand that as his sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
Alright, you two, enough arguing. I'm just a pitiful, useless captured proxy here, while you two are elite hackers, okay?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
Save your useless sympathy, first assistant. Luckily, not even the Hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Which
Thank
means
you, Fairy.
Wise can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
I saw some new data with my eye implants in the Hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files
I
that
feel like
EOS and
Fairy is
Master
more
saw.
cheery than usual.
If the Defense Force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know Second Assistant and your Master had nothing to do with it. Anyway, leave the rest to me and Fairy Wise, just like always.
She gets a chance to prove herself again.
Then leave clearing out the Hollow
Fair.
to me and Obol Squad, just like always.
And a chance to dunk on Belle again.
Yeah.
Be careful, Wise.
There was actually a bit in the event you completely forgot to play any of. Where
was that the Space Bangbu event thing?
Yeah. Where Fairy complains about not having had the chance to do anything helpful in a while or some such.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We haven't done a lot with her. Also, she gets to dive into a bunch of military files. Who wouldn't be excited about that? I'd be excited about that. Oh.
What happened?
Bangbu is glitching through the floor. Someone turned on no clip.
I think Seed might just be a sociopath.
Jesus Christ, Seed. What the fuck?
All units be advised. At 3 o'clock, 300 meters. A cluster of miasma. Ethereal presence confirmed. Something's off. Are those humans coming out of there? Hey, look! Someone's crawling out of the miasma!
Why are they wearing Defense Force uniforms?
They're coming closer. And they're armed!
Zombies.
We're under attack! Fight back! Enemy spotted at 3 o'clock! More at 5 o'clock!
Man, why are the ethereals a type of creature that happens when a human gets transformed into a monster, wearing uniforms from humans? I sure do wonder.
Typically, when an ethereal
Yeah, they do usually
there's not a lot
lose.
left over.
Yeah, there's not typically any identifying characteristics left, but I still feel like it's a kind of silly thing to be questioning.
Oh, is it the Exaltus troops in disguise?
So Bangus have built-in censorship, I guess, on their recordings.
From the miasma.
You know, it's a Chinese game.
Alive.
They could have just worked around it. Like, the decision to censor it is a, like, clearly intentionally
surprisingly
made
funny.
We've got another wave of hostiles closing in on the right. We need backup.
The idea to include swearing at all is a strange decision.
Just as the Overseer said, even a miracle like a resurrection is nothing for the Creator!
Don't let joy blind you, my dear brother. Until we stand before the Creator, every miracle is just a small step toward the gate of the final domain.
Don't worry, my joy hasn't clouded my judgment, and my knowledge as a researcher remains sharp. The large-scale miasma activation experiment has already begun ahead of schedule. They'll never
This is the voice of a man who's perfectly sane.
The twist is that he is, at the very least, more sane than Seed.
Oh, the dead brought back to life. Literally fucking zombies. Okay, this is where we're going with this now. I was joking. They are not.
The Exaltists have already figured out that we're launching a full-scale operation? So far, only Obol Squad's scouting mission involved direct combat. What that recon team ran into was likely just an unfortunate accident. But your operation was flawless, and no part of the plan was leaked. That means either the Exaltists are more perceptive than we thought, or some unit acted outside my command and carried out an unsanctioned mission.
But Lorenz handed over command of this operation to you.
So if we rule out interference from higher up, the only one who could have mobilized troops without the Colonel's approval is...
Only the Major General himself.
Looks like Colonel Isolde has it even tougher than I do when it comes to dealing with a demanding superior.
Orphe, you don't actually think I'm that difficult to deal with, do you?
At this point, arguing with my superior won't do any good.
So if we want the raid to stay on track, we'll have to strike even faster.
While I usually think you're a little too reckless, Magus, this time, I agree with you. Swift as the wind, fierce as fire, and unknowable as shadow. That's the essence of Blitz tactics. At least according to a Yunquay Summit scroll. Since the enemy already knows we're coming, let's seize this rare opportunity and strike before they're ready.
Obol Squad, gear up and get ready!
Yes, Captain Magus!
I'm about to start deploying troops to launch the offensive. Proxy, both the battlefield and the hollows can shift in an instant. Make sure you're fully prepared. We aren't as ready as we could have been. The Obsidian Division will handle the battlefield, but when it comes to the hollow, you're the only one we can count on.
Leave it to me. On my reputation as a legendary proxy, and my honor as the mayor's envoy, I won't let you down. I'm counting on all of you, too. Please don't betray the trust that people have placed in the Defense Force.
Save it. We're well aware.
What the captain means is, Obol never fails a mission.
The unexpected deployment of forces beyond Isolde's plan has put the Exaltists on high alert, like a startled bird ready to flee. We can't risk the Exaltist core members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
Based on the intelligence we have, the target stronghold in this operation is very likely the Exaltists' main base.
I'm not usually one to spoil the mood, but from what I've seen of the Exaltists, they're not that easy to pin down. Which raises the question, can we really trust the intel from the Defense Force?
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But it's Isolde's strategy and intel that have been key to the Defense Force's success so far. I understand your concerns, but I've no reason to doubt the reliability of Isolde's intel.
Captain Magus, you sure have a lot of trust in Commander Isolde, don't you?
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't exactly accurate. But yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and my commanding officer. In fact, Obol Squad itself wouldn't exist without Isolde's support and guidance. If I can't trust Isolde, then there might not be anyone left in Obsidian Division I can trust.
Okay, but how is it that Magus and Isolde go way back, but Orphe and Isolde don't?
I understand. So please believe me.
Orphe was
When
busy
I'm
playing
acting
with
as your
butterflies or
proxy,
something.
my one and only goal is to lead you all to where you're meant to be.
The Defense Force people are here.
Yeah. Who goes there? Petty thugs blocking the way to the Creator.
The Creator will not forgive them. Our sacrifice will pave the way for our Master's return.
Is it my turn to fight?
Think you're a little too late with that, buddy.
You're doing great, little buddy. You're a credit to the team.
Which unit are you in? According to Commander Isolde's orders, aside from Obol Squad, there shouldn't be any other squads assigned to raid this base.
Isolde may be the acting commander for this op, but our squad reports to Major General Lorenz.
Oh good, we found the traitors. Or at least the incompetent ones.
So, these idiots are the ones who alerted the Exaltists to our plan. And it was all under orders from the Major General?
Mind your tone. The Major General sent us because he was worried you wouldn't be able to handle this alone. We're here to support the operation.
Support the operation? We were just out there fighting alone as a single squad.
That's right, and we really do appreciate it. Without you taking the brunt of the Exaltists' attention, we couldn't have made it to their headquarters from the flank so smoothly. We have to apologize. We accidentally beat you to it and ended up taking the credit for wiping out the Exaltists' main base.
Credit? That's meaningless. Is this really the attitude of new recruits in Obsidian Division these days?
Acting all high and mighty. You're just a gun. Do you really think yourself so important? I may be a rookie, but at least I'm not a washed-up old dog like you.
Watch it! The captain has given everything to protect the city. You don't
This
deserve
guy's getting court-martialed and or killed immediately.
As long as they really did take out the Exaltists, then they've helped safeguard New Eridu, which makes them our comrades.
Even among comrades, there are plenty of annoying ones. If you ask me, we should just take this guy away and cover it up as an accident caused by an Exaltist attack.
Hey, are you threatening me?
Stay focused, soldier.
Oh.
Answer me. Has the Exaltist's base been completely cleared?
What part of that sounds like a threat?
Several preachers took advantage of the chaos to escape.
Also, Jesus Christ.
We had other orders to carry out, so we didn't have time to pursue them while clearing the base.
Other orders? What could be more important than wiping out the Exaltists?
Bunch of fools. They can't even handle something this simple properly. Obol soldiers, let's move out. Once again, it's up to us to clean up after these fools. Obol, gear up and get ready.
Yes, Captain Magus. The Exaltists are fleeing in all directions!
Every troop sure is surprisingly good at missing things off. Who would ever call this an ambush? We've already failed half of the mission's objective.
Elite targets have appeared.
Elite targets. Just the kind of fight Obol Squad's been waiting for.
Help is here, see?
Unleashing artillery barrage.
Wipe them out.
Oops, I can't really control my strength. Moving fire.
You're my sight.
Here comes again.
Did you hear what she said?
Punch him again?
Yeah.
Everything is moving along smoothly, Mr. Lucro.
We'll be counting on you again this time.
Major General Lorenz, you're here in the Hollow. In person?
You're the squad Isolde spoke so highly of. Codename Obol, wasn't it? This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected. It's just as Colonel Isolde said, you're quite a capable squad.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post. And the person with you is...
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the reception banquet for the Porcelumex safety inspection.
A reception banquet for a safety inspection? That makes no sense.
This, gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech. Anyway, we are acquainted from the banquet, aren't we? Also involved with the Obsidian
This gun
division, I
talks
see.
weird. Anyway.
Honestly,
For someone so
like,
young, you must have made quite the impact with the military.
that's not even an entirely unreasonable reaction, if I'm being honest.
It is. Oh, they talk now. Okay.
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This gentleman is the mayor's envoy, specially sent by the kind-hearted Mr. Mayflower to oversee our work.
I'm just doing my duty. Please. The title of envoy is a bit too much. I feel like it's a little too high and mighty.
So you're a distinguished guest from city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
So, what brings you here, Major General, Mr. Lucro, and these troops who've been acting without Colonel Isolde's orders?
My troops and I have our reasons for being here. You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Even if you don't fully grasp what overstepping means, you should at least know not to ask about classified military matters. Mind your tongue, Captain. After all, besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have left.
Major General, shouldn't we be going? Staying too long in areas with high ether activity isn't good for my health.
You're right, Mr. Lucro.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the two most annoying people I've ever had to listen to. Sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak disrespectfully about a commanding officer.
I'll let it slide this time, Orphe. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military tribunal, I'd have turned every curse word into high-energy laser blasts right at their faces.
This place is not only a key Exaltus stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. Porcelumex's other
Squad
executive had
is
previously worked with the
perfectly
Exaltists.
fine with threatening
Many of
murder
their
of their
facilities
comrades,
were
aren't
originally
they?
Porcelumex's assets as well. And now under Lucro's lead, Porcelumex has formed ties with the defense force. It's clear why they're here.
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those two plotting how to profit?
Goodness, Commander Lorenz is such a bad person.
Orphe is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Orphe is probably at least 10 years older than Seed.
But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar. Either way, Obol's mission continues. Everyone, we keep pursuing the escaping Exaltists.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Man, we must be a really big deal if he's saying not to back us into a corner. I love how Wise's noise for, like, if he's the first character in an unvoiced dialogue just sounds like someone just woke him up.
Everyone! The Exultus, the threat that plagued Waifei Peninsula, have been wiped out under our thunderous assault. Once again, we've brought justice and victory to the people of New Eridu, like every triumph before. Give it up for yourselves, soldiers! Cheer for victory!
And let's hear it for our brilliant commander, Major General Lorenz!
I hate to be that guy, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
A typical big shot, huh?
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exultus stragglers roaming inside and outside the Hollow, and the Obscura in the city haven't been fully inspected yet.
As far as I know, the key Exultus leaders are still at large. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. The Exultus will remain a threat until they're eliminated. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Yishuan Shifu, and the Exultus suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still hold major influence.
Yishuan, High Preceptor of Yunquai Summit? I've heard the name before.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Isolde has been unwell recently, and went back to the city to rest. She's also been absent from meetings over the past few days.
Well, that's always
Maybe
a good
the commander's
sign.
like Proxy and isn't fond of these kinds of gatherings. She might have just found an excuse to slip away.
You might be right. That does sound like her. In any case, we've dealt a heavy blow to the Exultists. And after fighting on the verge of
The
life
art
and
for
death,
these
the soldiers
cutscenes
really
is always
needed a
very,
victory
very
to
good.
boost their morale.
Yeah. I also think it's really funny to imagine that the canned drink with the bendy straw is actually Magus's.
It's fuel for her fire breath.
In general, I just really like the style of this game, I guess. I really like the little kind of comic panel style that a lot of the dialogue takes too.
Yeah. It's unique. I enjoy it.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
Think of it as me trying to lift everyone's spirits. As soldiers,
Or he looks
it is
like
our
she
duty
hasn't
to
slept
obey
in weeks.
orders. So
Yeah.
even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take
Granted, with
action
maggots
without
attached
orders,
to her, I
you'll
guess,
be standing
I
trial
guess
at
maybe
a
she hasn't.
military tribunal. I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Senior would stop us.
I don't want anyone
Seems no
ending up in
stranger
front
to
of a military
tribunals, apparently.
tribunal either.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially
Not
concluded.
a military
Sorry about that,
tribunal,
Proxy.
but one of her trailers does involve her getting arrested.
I'm not surprised.
I understand. Obol Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
Oh, is it Damien?
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltis stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled, yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another. I have no place in Tops any longer, and the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
Even though you played a major role in taking down Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunque Summit for help. Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waifei Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out. A stray like me is used to bowing and begging.
Unfortunately, no matter how much power we might have, we're just as constrained as you are now. I can't contact anyone at Yunque Summit for assistance either. But if it's to keep you safe...
It's all right. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Hiya! I'm the savior he was talking about. It's
Oh
funny.
my God.
Most company employees usually see me as a disaster. Who would have thought I'd ever be called a savior?
I did not expect we'd see her so quickly.
Oh?
Go on, keep playing it.
I knew she'd be involved with Damien somehow, because I'm pretty sure she appears alongside him, like, back in the very first, like, version 2 trailer.
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from TOPS, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within TOPS? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
That's alright. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if a company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the round table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster.
I like how she's saying that competition is a flaw of the market system.
I think the point is more that the way in which TOPS conduct competition is the flaw. Like, with competition in quotes like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because, like, keep in mind, competition for TOPS is, like, murder and blackmail, not actual monetary competition to produce a better product.
Yeah, you're right.
Even so, Having regulators like you is probably a key reason TOPS has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
We'll only know whether I'm your savior or your disaster once all the investigations are complete.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
Although he's not really a friend, I do have some understanding of the way Damien does things. He's determined to survive this brutal game, but he's also someone who would never cross the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes. I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus. And that when
Okay,
those eyes
Zhao.
look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility, Mr. Wise.
So what do you know about her that had you react the way you did?
Only her appearance and how fucking adorable she looks. That's literally it.
She apparently has a sword that's about twice her size.
I love this for her. She's doing great.
From what I've heard, I don't know if this is like leak or speculation, but people seem to think she's going to be one of the S-rank characters for 2.4 or 2.5.
I'm concerned.
Soldier Orphe!
Soldier Orphe!
You two again? Now you have the proxy as an accomplice too?
It's not what it looks like, Orphe. I had no idea those two were planning to scare you.
Captain Magus is asleep. Don't wake her up. We should let her rest.
Is it time for the captain's self-diagnostics?
Is Orphe more worried about waking the captain or about the captain catching you secretly enjoying some prohibited items?
Excuse me. First of all, my concern for the captain is absolutely genuine. Second, the field manual doesn't list lemon-flavored chips under prohibited foods during deployment. I have every right to protest Captain Magus's executive decision to declare all snacks as prohibited.
Oh. Then why doesn't Orphe protest when the captain's actually awake?
I'm sure Orphe has her own reasons.
Anyway, if Orphe doesn't want us to tell the captain...
How about sharing some of those lemon chips with us?
Seed and Trigger are robbing me again!
Isn't this just a regular part of our night ops briefing?
The law doesn't punish the majority, Orphe.
Then, the proxy should also share the responsibility.
A special mission to get rid of lemon-flavored chips? Count me in.
Oh, God, that is incredible.
Proxy, there's something I need to talk to you about. It's about the captain.
Let me guess. It's something that you can only say when Captain Magus is asleep?
That's right. Proxy, I want to apologize on behalf of the captain for her bad attitude toward you during the mission. But there's a reason why the captain acted that way.
I trust you, Orphe. Just like you trust Captain Magus. Come to think of it, you and Magus make quite the unique team. A soldier paired with an intelligent weapon construct.
An intelligent construct? No, the captain is more than that. Can I trust you, Proxy?
You can trust me, just like how you trust Captain Magus.
I'm just a gunner, a soldier here to support Captain Magus. Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me, if Captain Magus and the others were here. But no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission. In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses. At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long. I was also born at that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier as an assistant. That legendary soldier's military codename was Magus. The soldier's original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon. Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, is it really a blessing or a curse? All things considered, I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life. But Captain Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, Orphe, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life. I know the looks in my comrades' eyes often carry sympathy or pity, mockery, or even disgust. Still, I can't help but feel that I'm lucky. I met Captain Magus, I met Obol Squad, and even crossed paths with someone as strong and interesting as you, Proxy. I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but you all keep telling me, Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. Yet, the cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust, they all proved one thing. I'm nothing special. They all told me I'm just a pathetic, tragic person. But you all keep telling me over and over again, you're one of a kind, Orphe. I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to let your expectations down. Rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks, I want the warmth of Captain Magus. I'd rather have my noisy Obol Squad and you, the cool Proxy. Our pasts, whether it's mine or Captain Magus's, are not what define us. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, that's all just talk. Our pasts are not what define us. Instead, It's up to us to determine our destinations. As a proxy, you'll lead us to the right place. I believe in you, Proxy.
Alright, that's a twist I didn't see coming.
It explains everything very neatly, though.
Yeah. It's not the story I would have expected, but it works.
I mean, it's not exactly what I expected, but we did already know that the military was, like, cloning people.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I think Silver Squad was part of the White Star Institute, not part of the military.
I think they were still part of the Obsidian division, though.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Fairy, have you finished calculating the exact coordinates of the blind spot in Lemnian Hollow's most active area?
Affirmative. HDD data sync complete. Transmitting coordinate data to EOS's Carrot module now.
Wise, finally! The exact coordinates are now locked in. The next step is to move out with Obol Squad and take them out in one strike.
Negative. Lorenz's forces have currently halted all further operations, so Obol Squad is unauthorized to act without orders. Could you send a message to Yishuan Sifu? Actually, scratch that. Better send it to Senior Fufu instead. Sifu never replies to messages. Just say, Junior Wise needs your help. It's urgent. Please ask Yishuan Sifu to come to the rescue. P.S. Don't let the Defense Force find out.
Poor Junior Wise is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force. It's urgent. Come rescue him quickly. P.S. Stay low-key and avoid any clashes with the Defense Force.
Aren't you over-exaggerating a little?
We're talking about the safety of Waifei Peninsula here. So what if it's a little exaggerated?
All we can do now is pray that Rinquei Summit sends help soon. Who knows what kind of mess the Exaltus might be stirring up in the Hollow, while Lorenz is basking in the limelight. There's no time to waste. I'm logging off now. Huh? I think I just had a dream. Am I still dreaming? Or is this really Suebian Temple?
My disciple. Fufu told me poor Junior Wise is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force. It's urgent. And that I need to stay low and avoid any clashes with them.
Word for word! The message came straight from Junior Wise's sister! By the way, your dear sister is here too.
Someone's messing with our junior out there. That's the last straw. Shifu, it's time we step in and get an explanation, don't you think?
What do you mean by step in? Junior Wise just looks a little dazed, that's all. I don't see any signs of cruel mistreatment.
You took off my ankle monitor, right?
Her goofy little, like, limp-handed point always gets me.
Did
She doesn't even try.
To bring me to Suebian Temple?
Seems you're finally catching on now.
Your safety, of course, is our highest priority. But given how you contacted us in such a rush, I assume you've run into some trouble with the military?
Come on, Junior Wise. What happened out there that made you call Shifu for help? Don't worry, you can tell us. We're all here for you.
That's right. All your seniors are here.
Cunning as always. Certainly sounds like the Exaltists.
If the Defense Force can't deal with those scoundrels, then we will. When do we set out, Shifu?
No need to be hasty. Let Junior Wise get some proper rest first.
They took off the ankle monitor, right?
Sure doesn't seem like it. Didn't get mentioned, at least.
Watch your language, Fufu.
Hand over the proxy!
Yep. They forgot the ankle monitor.
I was wondering who would break into Swabian Temple in the middle of the night. Turns out it's soldiers from the Defense Force. Please be aware that although Phylum Heights is under military control, soldiers have no right to enter private residences without permission. And my temple isn't exactly a place where anyone can just come and go as they please.
What's all this rambling?
I think what this lady means, Captain, is that you barged into someone's home in the middle of the night and caused a big ruckus. And now she's ready to give you a beating.
Give me a beating?
Seed Senior
What's all
said
this
that
rambling
if this
about?
lady is going to
They're
beat
right,
you up,
sir.
you probably won't be able to stop her.
Even with all the Obsidian troops of Waifei Peninsula's support, you probably still couldn't stop me.
High Preceptor Ishwan, this unannounced visit is not meant as a provocation. But the person behind you, Phaethon, is currently under our protection.
Under your protection? You mean the mayor's envoy whose freedom is now being restricted?
The temporary restriction on the proxy's movement is both to protect military secrets and to ensure the proxy's safety.
No matter how you look at it, my disciple is safest under my protection.
Listen, you two. There's something more urgent to deal with than my safety.
Proxy, are you okay?
Oh, so the proxy wasn't kidnapped by Yunquei Summit.
Apologies. This is my mistake. I thought it was the city authorities who took the proxy away, trying to extract military information.
I don't think I've ever seen a
never cared
gun look
about
so
military
sad.
secrets, only about the safety of my disciples and the well-being of New Eridu.
Well then, Proxy, if you went so far as to defy military orders to contact Yunquei Summit, I trust you must have had a good reason. You mean you're absolutely certain that the Exaltists still have a real stronghold hidden somewhere in the Hollow?
I can't say I'm completely certain. Not until I enter the Hollow myself and reach those coordinates. But as Guardians of New Eridu, shouldn't Rinquei Summit and the Defense Force investigate, even if there's only the slightest chance of danger?
Wise, I just received an alert from Barry.
According to real-time Hollow monitoring data, ether activity is rising across the entire Lemnian Hollow. Warning. Ether activity across Lemnian Hollow is approaching record high levels. Warning. At the current rate of Hollow expansion, there is a 17.2% chance that Lemnian Hollow will breach the Zenless limit within 1,026 hours.
What's that voice assistant rambling about this time?
Basically, she's saying that if left unchecked, the hollow might just go boom.
The Exaltists in charge of miasma research mentioned experiments on large-scale miasma activation. I suspect they're preparing for what they call the final sacrifice. Based on the intelligence and mission results we've seen, the Exaltists control most of the miasma-rich areas in Lemnian Hollow. They've also mastered the technology to manipulate the unique ether. The current rise in ether activity throughout the Hollow is probably connected to the Exaltists' operations.
We'll be right back.
If your theory is true, then this currently undiscovered Exaltus base will likely become the central hub for their final sacrifice.
Reach a pause in the story.
Fair enough.
Exactly. But if we can take out their hidden base, the sacrifice ritual won't happen, and the Hollow's rising activity will be back under control.
How do you manage to sigh with a mechanical throat like that?
Although I tried to ignore some of the seemingly fabricated technical terms, you still managed to lose me. So essentially, we head in, confirm whether any Exaltist rats are still stirring up trouble, and if they are, we wipe them out. That should eliminate the threat, right?
Wow, Captain Magus. You actually understood everything this time. Amazing.
Then let's move
Okay,
out.
so they're both stupid in
Obol
different
Squad will
ways.
personally eliminate the looming shadow that
I mean,
threatens
technically
Wi-Fi Peninsula.
speaking, Orphe is just a clone of Magus, so they're stupid in largely the same ways.
Yeah, but this kind of stupidity is
But
very much
Captain
nurture
Magus,
versus nature.
Weren't you just
Fair.
saying an hour ago that military orders must never be disobeyed?
Disobeying orders? Hardly. We were chasing after Phaethon, who fled all the way into the Hollow with classified military intel.
Captain Magus, your enthusiasm is truly moving. But you could have just left it to Yunque Summit.
It's our duty as the Defense Force to wipe out the Exaltists. If our superior officers have failed in that duty, then I'll take responsibility myself. Besides, the Obscura still haven't been fully examined. If a sacrifice really did emerge from the boxes, then Defense Force soldiers, and even civilians, would pay dearly.
I understand. My disciples and I will remain on standby at Phylum Heights and fulfill our duty to protect this place.
In that case, the attack plan and the operation start time need to be decided ASAP.
Deploying all of Obol Squad would draw too much attention. I'll need to wait for the right moment. Let's regroup and launch the operation first thing tomorrow morning. All members of the Obol Squad, return to base and get some rest.
Ah, yes, Captain Magus.
Tomorrow's probably going to be a long day.
Neat. Honestly, given that given that like an actual full quest step ended there, I think I'll actually call my stream there for tonight and pick it back up tomorrow or Saturday.
How dare you? Right before what could be the final encounter of the story.
Yes, but
fair
I'd
enough.
rather stop it right there than stop it in the middle of the next bit. And
fair enough.
I'd kind of rather get some. I'd kind of like to get some sleep before I go drive all day tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, shit, it's almost 9 p.m. for me.
It's almost 10 p.m. for me, so you can probably understand why I want to get some sleep.
Yep, nope, you are
But also-
entirely correct.
Also, even if there is only the very last bit of the quest left, there's also Seed Story quest, so I'll have plenty to stream, probably tomorrow.
Fair enough. Well, happy stream, everybody.
Yep. Anyone who's watching, if you want to see the rest of it, that'll be tomorrow, unless something horrific happens.
Or you forget, either one.
That would be pretty horrific, so that still qualifies. But
Yeah,
for anyone,
I wouldn't say forgetting is too horrific, but
for anyone who's still here, have a good night.